Hi guys, this is Emnel, and we are back playing Imperator Rome. Let's finish up this war that we started last episode. Okay, so our series are going pretty well. I think what I'm going to do is one thing. So I said that there's no reason to actually have a commander here. The one reason is that, it's a pretty big one, that not having a commander lowers morale of your armies by 25. It's not a big deal in this case, right? Because, all we need to do is, we have a pretty huge advantage as it is. So, as long as we do have an actual commander in the province to lead the troops, we're solid. But it's kind of risky. For example, if you were to play multiplayer and you get caught without a commander in your army, it's really bad. It's really, really bad. So, and also like commanders with one martial ability or something like that, pretty dreadful. Now, there are reasons to not have those commanders around. One of which is the fact that they cost money. And basically, I think it's 1 or 2% of your monthly income per commander. You can actually check it here. Let's see. Where's our second commander? What does he look like, anyway? Okay, like this. This guy. Okay, General of the Second of the Legion 2. So, as you can see, it's 2% of your income. Also, well, if we were to put everyone with a commander, it adds up. Also, there is something that we'll probably discuss soon up, which is loyalty of troops. We'll have to talk about it later, and it's one of the reasons why you may want not to just put random commanders in charge of things. Okay, so there will be a battle here. Okay, what I want to is put those, I think I will put heavy infantries. Let's see. They've been building light infantry there, so we are gonna take, I think heavy infantry and 1 cav, and we are going to put it on that boat. And we are going to actually put a commander. This guy will do. And this time around, we are going to support it with this stack, with the heavy infantry, which we might as well use it if we have it. Okay, they decided against it, so grass is greener. The cities of Kanzium and Lucania have been engaged in war of words, each claiming to be rightful, powerful and zealous, more rightful, powerful and zealous than the other. Normally such petty bickering would be beneath our interest, but in this case the two settlements have begun preferring for conflict. The downside of this may become apparent with time. However, the tide of young men belonging to the settlements who are willing to volunteer for war has increased greatly. Okay, so we have freemen output. So, if you remember from the episode 1, freemen are the kind of pops, one of the pops, and they are the ones that increase manpower. Neither citizens nor slaves contribute to manpower. Tribesmen do, but to much lesser extent, especially in very civilized nations. So, one of our goals will be to get rid of most of our tribesmen. Actually, let us check how many tribesmen do we even have in Latium. Okay, we have 10 tribesmen. quite a lot. So what we could do is this. We can put civilization effort. It does two things. It increases, well, three, but two are relevant for us here. And increases monthly civilization level, well, change of the civilization level. And based on that civilization level, it gives us a chance to promote a tribesman pop to either a freeman or a slave, which is a good thing to do. But also, the reason we are not doing it quite yet is this costs. Okay, so changing this, as you can see, costs you a 45 oratory power. So we don't want to change it nilly-willy, and actually the income increase is quite relevant at the moment. Also, in provinces not ruled by your actual leader, it also increases tyranny, which is why we were really wary of actually using getting that 5 tyranny, because we will be spending, quote unquote, most of our tyranny on switching those edicts around. So one of the options in your capital province is, however, encouraging trade. It will increase commerce income, but more importantly, it will increase it will add an additional import route. So, for example, if we wanted to have a surplus of salt in this case, which is not a bad idea, considering that that would lower army maintenance, we could do that and get an additional trade route and import salt from somewhere. Or, well, anything else. Like if we want light cavalry discipline, there it goes, and additional manpower too from this province at least. So there are some issues with getting information about provinces and cities. This is one of the views. But like sometimes you want to for example, know how many of them are of different religions and whatnot, and you cannot solely gauge it from here. You can either go to the cultural map mode and like look at this. So if you hover this, we have 6 Romans and 9 Etruscans. Similarly goes for the religion map mode, but no ledger, as in previous Paradox titles, which is quite disappointing. Okay. Someone is going to complain while that we only done 2 years in 3 episodes. So let's get to the third year, shall we? All right. Now another tangent. We are on boats, and being on boats costs you 1 attrition always, which is painful, and you cannot reinforce while on boats. So, we saw earlier that they've been recruiting troops here. And I think we established they have no boats, so that those troops are there. And if we take a look at this, they are probably here, because we haven't seen them from on here. So we don't want to get caught while landing, which is the reason why we are going to land here and only then move there once we get enough troops. We don't care about lack of commander, of course, because, well, our enemies have no ships. I don't know. As you can see, there's a horde of allies coming. I think it's actually wouldn't be a bad idea to like get out of the way here, because we will start getting quite a lot of attrition. So, and I think that we have enough support here as it is. Okay, here and here. Okay, there's another thing that I'm not Okay, let's land the first and then I'll show it. Okay, you are on a shock action. I'll try bottleneck again. Oh, wait. Skirmishing. Yeah, they will have like mostly light infantry, so they may actually be interested in getting skirmishing. Okay, let's start deception then. I guess skirmishing. What can possibly go wrong? Alright, now there are stances, AI stances. So here we can either control them normally and so give them independent operations, which means they will act like AI. I thought I selected this. Yeah, so one of the stances for ships is so hunting fleets is basically fighting pirates and whatnot. That's used for reconnaissance. I will use that in a moment because I haven't tried it on the sea squad yet, but I imagine it will do what we did here. But there is also naval landing, which is not nearly as good as the way it works in like EU4, but hopefully it will work. So let's try to put this here. Are you really trying to land here first? Okay, so this is bad, but let's see if that's the case. We'll stop them if they do something that's silly. Hopefully keep an eye on that. Okay, so this is someone has attacked Syracuse and there is a chance it's Carthage. That would be bad. Okay, seems it's... Siculia? Okay, so it's those guys, right? Yeah. Yeah, sure. I mean, we don't want to be at war for all the times. Okay, so, like, one word about, like, a grander strategy. It's sometimes easier to let your enemies get fatter and then swarm them in one fell swoop. For two reasons. Well, first of all, you spend less time fabricating claims, having to convince Senate, yada yada yada. But another thing is that remember those power statuses? So the reason Etruria is in it alone is because they are a regional power, and there are not many regional powers around. There is us, and I'm pretty sure there's no one else. All those are everyone else is local power. They are a major power, so they can't ally us or can't ally Etruria either. They could guarantee them, but that's about it. So. If, for example, Samnium were to gobble up a few things here, that would make them much easier prey. Same goes for Syracuse. So I'm all for Syracuse getting someone here, so we can then turn on them and get everything in one go. There. Okay, 35. Okay, so our allies are like... Probably you're not able to get there. Like, why? How? Okay, that doesn't make sense that they can go there. Oh, actually, you can. Never mind. Of course they can. They shouldn't. But they can. Do we want to support them? Not really. No problem. Okay, let's see. Are you okay, so it seems like this is a bad idea. Okay, independent operations. Like we definitely don't want to land on the two sides of things. That would be bad. Also, we are no longer importing grain. Oh, that's bad. Someone. For whatever reason, our supplies of grain in cut. It still shows it, but it's not there. it seems that no one is willing to sell it. Also, it's important. Another reason why it's important to establish a trade route if you have some early on. Well, before we pause, is well, they will be taken. That's annoying. There's basically much more. Yeah, there are fewer surpluses than there are actual bonuses. Then there are fewer surpluses than there are clients for them. Because I mean, most of the this. So this is one province, right? So this guy can. Well, okay, this one actually has a surplus, but there will be quite a few that won't have any, but still have one trade route. So yeah, do the math. Okay, you guys jump there. There we go. Oh, that became a bit of a mess, and you're actually returning here. Yeah, I think we are good on. Oh, wait. Fight here. Okay, there is enough. I think it would be weird if we got smacked around there. What do we want? So that was basically worth 0.05 local population and 10% manpower. Can't get anything useful, not really. I mean, it would be amazing to get papyrus, but I don't think we are in range quite yet. Yeah. If you go here, you see the lighter shade of gray. This is our range for now. If once we grow, we actually, yeah. So let's chill. Once we grow, we should be able to reach Egypt, because the one of the bonuses is increased diplomatic range, and I think it increases like 50% on the next level, maybe even 150, or is that another one? Yeah, well, we'll see. So let's wait with that for that. Okay, let's get those. See if we are. Yeah, we're good on supply. There should be like few K troops here, but probably mostly light infantry, so we are good. Okay, one siege. Now, I think we probably captured some slaves and whatnot while we sieged those non-capital provinces, but they are cities. I need to get used to it. Cities without forts, but that's usually what happens, which is three pops were captured, one was taken as slave to Rome, but two died, which is bad. Sadly, because they would have become our pops. But, well, brutal war is brutal. Now, this thing is escalating, so let's get force march on and try to rush it, but here, so we don't splinter into smaller fights. Yeah, I think you guys can. Really, this is alright, because we are still. So this is the example of what I've been talking about. We are still in zone of control, so we have to leave the zone of control to get back into it. Yeah, okay, 4K light infantry, no chance against this lot. Okay, this is suddenly a lot of attrition because of that. So will we get there? Yeah, on 31, 31st. Before the tick. And okay, this is good, and they are suddenly not reinforcing. Now, this is going to work to our advantage. Let's capture this, and this now gets our zone of control. So this guy only goes. This guy goes here. Can't go any further, and has to basically just go back, which is good. Okay, and the second siege is done. Well, this time around, actually, no one died in the process. They just got enslaved. As you can see, one of our guys gets some popularity out of it. Now, we don't really want to fight a lot, because the reason we've been going for the whole let's say spend money we don't have is we want to keep our manpower up, because we will run out of it during the first difficult war. So that's so I don't think we want to fight too much, and we want to. Oh, look at that! We ate a nasty hit here with 5% attrition. Actually, no. Actually, I don't think when you're fighting you are not taking attrition. I'm talking gibberish. But we will next hit if we don't bail. So I think we'll leave our. What we need here now, because we are not, we have some allies that are not our tributaries. When our tributaries siege up things, no problem. But if our ally sieges up this specific province or this province, which will not happen because we'll flip it in a moment, then they will most likely try to hold on to it, and we won't be able to take those 4 cities in a peace deal, because you need to get the capital of the province to be able to request the thing in the peace deal. So once we've done with that, we are going to rush there and grab this. But that's about it when it comes to our engagement, and I think we can start moving back. As you can see, this situation is well under control with 40 bloody people there, and they still have 27, but 4 are there. So. Oh, and the reason we want Corsica, except, more soil, is the fact that, it's static points for hitting Sardinia. And Sardinia, let me tell you, is ridiculously powerful. So, Sulci here. This province, at the start of the game, has more citizens than Rome and Carthage, I think combined. Which is pretty ridiculous. Actually, 25, okay, maybe not combined, but yeah, okay. But those 3 provinces put together have more than Rome, Carthage, and Syracuse combined, which is ridiculous. But that's how it is. For some reason. I don't know, like, I actually, so, full disclosure, I have 2 master's degrees in ancient history, like ancient history and Assyriology and Hethology as a second one, and I honestly haven't heard of Sulci. This is like, I checked like all the sources, and this is like mentioned. This is like mentioned twice. Like during a civil war, that I think Caesar levied some taxes and something else. Like there's no reason for this to be like that. This, Cartagena, this is a Phoenician colony, but like not nearly the biggest one. So this is weird. Maybe there's someone like fat fingered something, or this is for balance purposes, because this is like a research hub for Carthage. So hitting them here, pretty good. And we now have, once we colonize this, we will be able to simply walk there. We'll talk about straits later. Okay, let's finish this. Okay, we're victorious. Yeah, probably, hardly any losses. No. Yeah, let's take you and move there. Oh, actually, there's some fighting here, so yeah, let's move you there. Okay, probably all of you should go there, and then we'll split. First, we kind of want to. Let's not like cheap out too much. We may do some little bit of fighting. Not a huge deal. Oh, wait. I'm silly. I could have sworn there was a... fort here. Okay, so someone was screaming at the screen. Okay. Okay, it was a... I conquered it when I was playing tutorial like a week ago, but then I only conquered it as Carthage like 13 game years from now or something, and there was a fort here, so like I remember that, and well, I mean might as well. Let's move there and clean out. I mean, okay, we don't. Oh, right, we don't have to. We don't have to fight, so we won't. All we need to do is capture this province, and we should be able to sue for peace for everything. And let's see. Yeah, Briand, and yeah, just need Briand, and we can take it all. So we need to fight. And that will break our alliances because, as I mentioned, because we won't be able to fight to keep them with this level, with lower type of power. And I'll reiterate later, but you probably remember, as I already mentioned it. So let's start Brent, and yeah, as you can see, we managed to get by. Alright, we're still in this war. I guess winning. Okay, you are. Interesting. So those are probably some mechs. Oh. Clan retinues. Okay, that's bad. Let's not get into the can of worms that clan retinues are. 2 for peace. There we go. And all the money. And yes. As you can see, we'll get 16 aggressive expansion, and it will prompt us that we will become a regional power. And my consul published Sempronius Sophus. We have increased in rank and are now a regional power country instead of local power. Since we are now an independent country with at least 25 cities. Okay, so like all explained, actually, never actually read it. So we can do following things: guarantee other countries, threaten war. So we can, for example, demand a city or something, and if we are powerful enough and they are weak enough, they may actually give it to us, which is nice. But you still need a claim, so I think it has limited uses. Although we do have claims on a lot of things here, so we may actually, like, we got the claims through the event, so we may actually do that. So we got, bump from 10 to 50% diplomatic range, which may get us the range to Egypt. Additional diplomatic relations, we got additional capital import route, I do think, and government bonus multiplier, which... Okay, let's guarantee. So our alliances became guarantees, as you can see here. And this is gonna get doubled. Oh, should be doubled, but yeah, it will probably. So basically, we'll get 2 points from the mashing ideas rather than 1. So yeah, important stuff. Now, the Etruscan elite. You can do 4 things. You can basically murder them all, and this is very popular with the crowds. You can banish them, which will lower your aggressive expansion by a little bit, but aggressive expansion is just a number. You can imprison the leaders, and the rest of the families will be driven out of Rome, which is unpopular for whatever reason, and you can pass judgment on important families one by one. We are going to do that, and here we can accept them into our myths. Basically, they will be added to our pool of characters. Or we can like do this for 1 or 2 or whatever, and then crucify the rest. In my experience, it's actually good to, like, if you can, it's usually better to just accept them, because you will basically have the deeper pool of characters to draw from. There is like a little differences that they're Etruscan, not Romans, although there may be like a little negative modifiers here and there, but yeah, I actually like started by accepting just everyone, and I haven't actually regretted it yet. And I played like I don't know, 50 to 70 years as 5 different countries, and so just accepting people across the board for the most part. So yeah, so let's just accept them. Alright, so all of those people will move. Now, pop-ups. Lack of governor. We will need, since, let's take a look. This is going to be just those 4 provinces here, because they belong to the Cisalpine Gaul, rather than an Italia region. Not all that important, but they are pretty, as you can see, pretty populous. Some of them at least. Well, they should fizzle out in a moment. So what we want is a governor with high finesse that will allow us to convert them to Romans pretty quickly. This one is decent. Now, isn't that okay? Is this guy like someone that can become someone? Okay, so the problem is, I already mentioned that every time you manually switch this, it will cost you 45, and if it's not your capital province, it will not your capital province. Yeah. Not the capital province, it will cost you tyranny, which is bad. And every time you assign a new governor, they choose willy-nilly which one it will be. Sometimes they will choose wisely, sometimes they will choose not so wisely. I mean, they are trying to do a good thing, or sometimes they're just trying to get more money, using the thing. So, so the goal is to put someone in charge that you can leave there for a long while, and that will not for a long while, and that will not be pulled somewhere else, and will not die, and will not like rebel, and yada yada yada. Someone you can keep there. So it's actually so here, for example, this one seems pretty good, but he is actually corrupt, and he's young, right? But he is corrupt, which is problematic. This one is a member of populist faction, which is also fairly problematic. That additional growth would be nice. We also want to look at his zeal. His zeal is 6. There are no non-Hellenic people here, I don't think, but remember that this is a part of a region, and once we conquer bits and pieces of this, we want this guy to, continue sitting here, so we don't have to waste oratory power and tyranny on switching those edicts around. So we want a guy with a high zeal that can also convert them. So, I mean, he may be like the best option around, but he may also not be. Actually, I'm not sure if the new guys have been put to the mix yet. So this one has a zeal of 3, which is not good. We don't want that. This one has zeal of 1. It's just bad. This one 7. Okay, this one is it's pretty decent. Has no corruption. Is very loyal. Let's see. Okay, but his negative population growth. Commerce income. it's pretty young, so he can probably serve like 30 years. It's good enough for me. This one is 8-8. 25. Devout, confident. Yeah, civic faction. No, let's wait a few days. So I think that the guys we've taken from Etruria haven't updated yet. So let's unpause. Like that by the end of month. They are like in this. Oh, and now the money will roll in. We are already making a little bit. Well, actually, it hasn't updated, but there will be more money coming in. As you can see, our balance is 5.6 right now. We can cut down on this, and we still are going to be in the green. We can still keep this up, and now that we've grabbed well, 2 big provinces, we can start by selling the surplus that we have. We will, as you can see here, we will be able to sell our surplus of olives from here, which will give our national bonus to slave happiness, and over half a ducat of money per year, or denarii rather, the ducat I imagine. Okay, let's run this until the end of the month, and we will pick a governor for us. And why are the... Oh, right, because we only had one, now we got another, and one got cancelled. So we'll think about... Oh, right, so we might have wanted to actually get those olives for us. We'll talk about it in the next episode, though. So we are on the 1st of May. Let's see if we have any other governors here. This one is new now. Okay, it seems like they already updated, just none of them is any good at it. Yeah, I think I'll just take this one. And as you can see here, he decided that he wants to increase happiness here. It's probably because this province is... There's literally no reason for it. I mean, the province loyalty will fall when we'll be using this, because I mean they will be annoyed for some reasons, but this will just keep them happier, but will not remove the cause of that unhappiness. The cause of that unhappiness is the fact that they are of the wrong culture and we have some aggressive expansion. So imagine, where is it? Someone was really unhappy around here. Well, am I looking at it wrong? Okay, maybe I was looking here. Alright, right, it updated that it's now plus 25, but some of those guys were not so keen. So we don't want that. We want to get rid of the root of the problem and get actual Roman citizens here in the long run. So we're going to switch to this, and he has 25% chance with his 8 finesse. He is from the populist faction, but I think we can live with that. Not sure if that's. I actually don't remember that. The fact that he is a governor, they will get some bonuses around here. We shall see. Still has some invention to pick, but my voice is dying once again. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Leave some comments and whatnot. But sadly, since I'm leaving for the Easter, I will record another 5 episodes or so before this the first one sees the light of day. So it will be too late. Anyway. Check out the series if they already exist on the channel. Check the written guide linked in the description below, and I will see you later. Bye!